Hari Om Hemp. Our mission is to promote better overall health and wellness as a whole, mind, body, and spirit. Founded by nurses with a strong belief in alternative holistic therapies, always striving to provide the highest quality and safest products possible. You can find all of our products at hariomhemp.com. All Hari Om Hemp products are tested at a third-party facility.
Kansas City Cannabis. Our beautifully designed store is a dispensary destination. The hidden gem of KC dispensaries. Come see us in North Blue Springs, where you will always find the best prices and biggest selection. Coming soon to Kearney, Excelsior Springs, and Lake Lotawana. Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown dispensary.
Attention. The views expressed in this video are not always that of our sponsors. We are neither doctors or lawyers. Always make sure to consult a professional for any legal or medical advice. We are legal medical cannabis patients, cultivators, and caregivers. This show is meant for entertainment and educational purposes and is intended for viewers over the age of 18.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Top Shelf with Big V and Zach. I'm Big V and this is not Zach.
Not Zach. sorry.
So anyway, y'all know Zach's on vacation. He's in the Sunshine State down there eating him some oranges in Florida. And so we asked Toby Hayes, a lot of you guys probably know him as Farmer Hayseed. He's full of shit, so we asked him to come on here and be full of shit with us.
That is undeniable. I am generally completely full of shit. Thank you very much.
So I'm dabbing this Tangy. Let's see, the sour Tangy crumble. I picked it up yesterday when I was out at Kansas City Cannabis Company with the whole Feco thing going on. And I want to get a lot in there. I picked it up out there and got to meet everyone from Feco Labs while I was there, and that was really cool. There's some great people. Okay, so yabba dab break, yabba dabba do. What's everybody medicating with today? So
I've got some of that Tangy.
You got some of the Tangy too. So
the same stuff.
Feco Labs, sour Tangy crumble. You know, when I first got these Feco Lab things here, I complained that once you remove the paper, you didn't know what it was. But then somebody had an idea when he got here and he looked at it and he said, why don't you just tear the tabs off? And so now, I can still tell what it is. It's revolutionary.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, you know. So anyway, I think I'm going to try to hit that again.
Well, It's good to be here, man. Definitely good to be here. I don't know. Am I supposed to say what I'm smoking on? Is that what?
Yeah,
is
what
it
do, you,
roll
what, do
call?
you, what do you got?
This is really good. It's 24K Bubba Tangy Sugar.
Oh, yeah.
From Vivid. It's really good. Like I can't complain about this. The consistency is good. It has a bunch of terpenes.
Nice.
A nice effect.
Now, you picked that Vivid up where? That came from Riverside Wellness,
Riverside
didn't you say?
Wellness, absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
I like those guys, man. It's a small, locally owned company.
Yeah, they were
Small guys.
Yeah, they were coming into Cannabis and Coffee on Sunday mornings for a few times, maybe a month or two. Really nice people.
Man.
So happy to see them down there thriving.
That's good. It's got that, still that nice citrusy flavor to it. Smells, it's got a little bit of spice to it and everything else. So they don't have the terpene profiles. If they do, I can't read them. No, I need to get me a pair of those glasses and wear them down on the end of my nose. And go,
Yeah, we're old. We're getting old, man.
Dude.
That's how it goes. Let me just
Bite
let me
your
put those
tongue.
down there. You know, we're good. We're good on that. So
excuse me, it has been one hell of a week. Oh my goodness. I mean, excuse me there for just one moment. So, it's been one hell of a week. I know a lot of you guys caught all the action yesterday. What a day, man. Stuart and I and Brenda ran the camera, and we were just running all over the city. You know, it was really cool to see Bobby and Skylar get the first medication, the first Feco here in the state. And we introduced them. We kind of arranged that to happen for them to get it because Skylar is definitely low income in his condition. He can't work, and he is an adult. And so he really can't afford to keep purchasing the amount of Feco that it takes to take care of him. I've gotten a lot of messages from Bobby and some pictures showing me just how relaxed finally and how mellow Bobby is, or Skylar is with the Feco. Really high quality, they said. So, you know, that's really cool. We waited a long time for this. We've been making a little noise, and finally, you know, we've had the flour, we've had the gummies, and we've all been going, when's the real medicine going to hit the floor, you know?
Yeah.
And it just hadn't, you know, but finally it dropped. And it was really cool to be able to orchestrate and be there with Bobby and Skylar for them to receive the first Feco in the state of Missouri.
yeah, yeah.
They did the online purchase, and then we met them there in the morning to be there to bring everybody the story so that you guys could all be a part of that moment, that milestone in Missouri medical cannabis. What's that?
It's history. You
It
know,
is,
It's so,
it's history, you
yesterday
know.
was so amazing.
For Missourians, this is history. Yeah, you know, other states have gone through this. They had their moment. This is ours, man. And,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
I was really happy to see that. I'm really happy to see that the dispensary owners are stepping up, some of them, and doing all they can to get the Feco to the patients at a cool price, you
What's
know.
the price on it? What was
Well, the normal price from most dispensaries is going to be around $64 a gram. And we choke at that, okay?
Oh, God.
However,
You got to do a gram
Fresh-
a day
Fresh
in
Green-
oncology. A gram
Fresh
a day.
Green has a program that if you're low income, you get it for free.
Okay.
Free.
Wow.
Not even $1.
Okay, that's
Free.
That's the right price.
Now, I know Relief gave some away yesterday because the doc coughed up and it was on him, you know, so they gave a lot free. He came up and I guess I don't know. I didn't talk to anybody. I just heard on Facebook and stuff that Doc Mack stepped up to the plate and he gave he gave away free Feco. I don't know how much, but that's great.
They were like
man.
a penny, I think, at Relief.
It was a penny,
I think it was
yeah.
a penny,
Yeah,
yes.
they discounted it down to a penny is what it was, which is free, okay, for all general purposes. So, but however, now, I want to, the flagship of this Feco movement, of course, was Kansas City Cannabis Company and Feco. Now, specifically, Forrest Palmer, okay? Now, when I met Forrest, and I was introduced to Forrest by Lee. Lee's part of Kansas City Cannabis Company as well. And I was introduced to Forrest through Lee. And we had had a few, we had met a few times on Zoom meetings talking about the Patients First program because I was real interested in what they were doing. And Forrest had been working on this program, and I was, I was chatting with Lee. I don't remember exactly how it went down, and he was like, "Hey, let's get together and collaborate, put our heads together." So we had a few meetings, and I think we really discussed some pretty amazing things for the future. But the biggest thing was getting Feco onto the market and to the patients who need it.
Yeah.
And that's what Forrest was focused on, was getting that Feco. Not so and I'll just say this, I'm kind of going against, he didn't really want me to say anything about, his position in it, but I'm going to anyway because that's what I do. I'm giving credit where credit's due, and the dude went to the mat, okay? He was here on the show a few weeks ago. He went to the mat on this stuff, and he he hit every, I'm going to say, from what I understand, this is what I understand, that he approached every facility, every manufacturing facility out there about Feco, and they all slammed the door in his face except one, and that was Feco.
But the some are just now opening up, so like that's
Yeah.
those are the ones available.
Well, there was like 3 of them, I think, available, so,
right.
but either way, he approached them and basically was told, go away, except for Feco, and Feco felt the urgency, and Feco Labs, for whatever reason, within their corporation, deemed this very important, which we all know why, and hopefully it was a humanitarian in them, because they're giving it to patients at cost.
Yeah,
Okay.
$65 a gram is their cost.
No. That's retail problem.
Okay.
That's what I saw it was going to be for sale for at your regular dispensaries, the other dispensaries other than Kansas City Cannabis Company.
Yeah, I understand.
Kansas City Cannabis Company has been working with Feco Labs from the beginning for over a year now to bring the Feco to the market and to bring it to the market at cost. So when you walk in, you're going to pay $32 a gram for Feco, and you're going to pay $1 tax, basically, I think is what it came out to be.
Okay.
When I talked to the gentleman that came out, Thad, he was the first one to go into Kansas City Cannabis Company, the first one to actually walk in and over-the-counter buy the Feco. He came out, it was $32.
Okay, yeah.
Or 33 out the door is what he said.
Right.
30 now. Okay, now we have to throw props to that dude. That's huge, man.
Yeah.
They're not making a profit. They're not marking it up at all. So, and from what I understand, when I spoke to the representative at Feco Labs, I was told that Kansas City Cannabis Company will always be the main hub for the Feco in their market. So that's where and that's where they have it for $32 a gram. And so if you need Feco, and one of the other places with the free programs can't accommodate you, they either don't have the Feco. I think Fresh Green got 40 units per store, so 80 units, and I think Relief got 40 units.
And a unit being a gram?
A gram.
Oh,
and Kansas City Cannabis Company, I always want to say KC, but it's not, it's the full Kansas City. They got 600 units.
Hey,
So,
like if
and
you-
that's a start, but they
It's a
plan
start,
on,
right.
they plan, and the thing about it is, Kansas City Cannabis Company, they got it before Coco's dispensaries even got it. So
That's crazy.
You know, that they are the flag, they are the home of the Feco. So at any price, it does. If you're low income, if you're high income, doesn't matter. $32 a gram is what you get. And I don't know if they're going to go ahead and give a low income discount on top of that.
Right.
I'm not sure. That's something you'll have to call Kansas City Cannabis and find out. But it is possible. And I am going to throw this out there. Yesterday, I issued a challenge. I issued a challenge to those who were, you know, those who have a little extra at the end of the month to step up and bear the burdens of those who don't, especially if you've been one that's been screaming about patients getting Feco. And I brought that with the action that I'm going to buy the first 10 grams of Feco out of the door of Kansas City Cannabis Company. And I did that. And I challenged other people, and we had several people step up. We had Doug, I'm going to say Doug Roth stepped up, Growing Healthcare stepped up, and the other person asked me not to mention her name because she still struggles with family and stuff. And, you know, accepting the fact that she, you know, does that. But she actually drove 4 hours, and she's probably watching tonight. If she wants to say it was her, she can say it was her. But she drove 4 hours to get Feco.
One way.
One way. And didn't realize that it was going to be paid for.
Oh,
and when she got there, it was paid for. It was beautiful.
That's
and
fantastic,
so,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but that's what it's all about. And I want to move forward with that. I know there's some other, I know Pablo Marquez stepped up and he was there. I'm pretty sure I never got a confirmation, but he said he was going to be there last night, and he was going to do some purchasing of the Feco, I'm sorry, you say Feco, I say Feco, for some people. So
say what?
Bobby Hoover's on tonight. Hey, brother, we love you, man. I need you to come on here, share your experience again. We had a great time with you on our show on 420. So, but yeah. So anyway, I just can't talk about it enough. This is a milestone, and there are patients out there that need Feco.
Oh yeah, it's the real medicine. You know, and one of the, you know, like oncology, if you're dealing with cancer or you're dealing with major issues, you're talking about a gram a day dosage, you know, and like, you know, think about someone who's barely making it and having to look at like a $900 bill a month medicine bill. That's a challenge. So the hearing that people are stepping up and that this organization's doing things is pretty good, you know, because it's scary. You know, Feco can be produced at a pretty low rate if you make enough of it, and so hopefully as we go through the future, we're going to see a lot more of these patient programs to help the low income.
Awesome.
Such, you know, yeah.
You know what? Oh, what's that? You know what that is? You know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
You don't watch our show, brother.
You don't watch my show.
I know you don't. I know.
What's
We're gonna have a celebrity death match here pretty soon. So we're gonna pull a name out. The Wheel of Dank. Here we go. We're gonna give away some beans right now.
Oh, look at this. This is exciting. I love it.
Michael Mosher. What's up, Michael? Okay, Michael, I am going to send you something special. I'm going to send you from Mo Magic Beans some Roswell. Okay, now I want to make sure.
Oh, we got some Mo Magics?
Mo Magic sent me some Roswell beans. They gave me a special price because these are a first release. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yep, so there you go. Bred here, you know, the pheno was from a local breeder here that bred the Roswell that he got from Subcool. He worked that down and found, you know, did the pheno hunting and everything, found what he liked, and he, you know, went ahead and inbred.
Wow.
Back-crossed it a little bit there.
Some Subcool lineage.
Huh?
Some Subcool lineage.
Subcool lineage there.
That's
so
awesome.
Mosher,
Interesting.
there you go, brother. It's all yours. have to write that down because I forget. Zach's the one that usually
Where's
takes care of
where's
all
my?
that stuff.
I know I'm a
Dave's-
terrible Zach.
I think Dave's
Dave's on it.
Dave's on it.
I'm a
Thank
really
God.
terrible Zach. It's
Yeah,
not
we
as-
miss
it's not
Zach,
as
by the
easy as
way.
it looks, believe me. It's,
Right.
it's a lot harder than it looks being Zach. So.
You know, yeah, Zach does. I miss him. I got on the phone with him, made sure I had everything set up over there. He's the one that we don't have any special pictures, we don't have any special videos, we don't have anything like that because Zach's not here.
Yeah.
He's on vacation, and I wasn't going to be like, dude, take your laptop. You got some stuff to do because he's on vacation.
I wonder if I'd worn maybe a green screen suit and you could have just made me Zach if I would have been a better Zach.
I don't know, man.
You have too much hair.
The voice.
Well, I got clippers, man. I told somebody that the other day. I got clippers, bro. This RSO thing, you're exactly right, and so I've treated patients that are trying to avoid chemotherapy and use it's either been RSO or Feco. It's not Feco. It can't be Feco.
Can't
It's
Feco.
Feco. It really is Feco. I'm pronouncing it wrong.
I think it's like a potato thing.
Right,
you
it
know?
is.
I've always heard Feco, but then it sounds so close to fecal that it's really off-putting, and so you're like, you're doing what, and so you got to explain to someone, it's FECO, full extract cannabis oil, no. It's kind of annoying. So RSO, I think a lot of times is used in place of it, and even though it's like a slightly different, you use naphtha or some kind of solvent instead of alcohol.
Well, I think Coco even put on the thing, it was Feco
Yeah.
/ RSO. So they're giving that credit there for old Simpson. I
'cause
like that. So
it's like frisbee, flying disc.
Right.
I think it's a little bit like
it's
people
just
are
whatever
interchangeably
vernacular
using it.
you choose to use it. And
Yep.
we're all good, right?
Yeah.
But so I mean, at a gram a day for 30 days, even at $30 a gram,
It's $900.
it's $900, man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And that's why something else has to be done. And it's really up to the community, man. It's not up to the corporations or anybody to do this. It's up to the community. We're supposed to bear one another's burdens, So we're in talks with some people about doing some things to get to try to make some changes in the areas and try to help some people that can't afford it. You know what I mean? That really don't have the money.
Yeah.
Because there are people that can't, believe it or not, there are people that can. It's not fair, but they if they have to, they can. Afford. And that kind of treatment doesn't last long term. That's over a 90-day period of time.
Right, exactly.
So you got to figure at $1,000 a month, that's a $3,000 treatment, and then the sustaining
It's a lot lower.
Feco would be, maybe a tenth of a gram a day.
Right.
So the price would definitely come down. So
But $3,000 right now, a lot of people barely have money. And the worst part
Right.
is the people who need it the most, who are like disabled by whatever their various problems are, they have no ability to make money. They have the least amount of ability to pay for this.
Right.
The people who are
Exactly.
hurting the most.
Exactly.
And it's kind of like any efforts we can see to lift that situation up, I think is positive.
It's like Skylar Hoover, 21st birthday, T-boned on Emmanuel Cleaver Boulevard and right there, what's that crossroad that everybody gets in wrecks at? I can't remember. Hell, I'm medicated, but he was T-boned and he's in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. He has no motor. He was internally decapitated. He has no motor skill, or he has some. I mean, he's there. And I mean, his mind is there.
Yeah,
you can tell he's sharp as a tack, man.
He is. He
But,
understands everything.
he cannot, and he can respond. He can move a little bit and stuff.
Right,
but
right.
This kid can't go out and work for himself, man.
No, not at all. Yeah.
He can't. There's nothing he can do.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not even up to his parents, man. It's up to the community to bear the burdens of everybody. And I really want to move forward with that. So that's something we're going to be doing in the future, is moving forward with something like that. But hey, shout out to Kansas City Cannabis Company. Huge shout out to Forrest Palmer. You know what? That dude went to the mat again. He has a special place in my heart for what he's done. we stepped up yesterday, and everybody combined donated $800, and I still have more money that's been sent to me afterwards, and it's going to total $1,300 is what the total donations are at this point to buy Feco for people who need it.
Wow.
That's good.
And that's what people have just Venmo'd me.
Oh,
Okay.
God. That's just
Venmo'd
anyone.
me.
That is
You
like...
know, people want to help, dude. And that's so awesome,
Just
man.
sending their money to...
Yeah, they want to help, dude.
To Nigeria.
Well, and you know what that tells me is that they trust me, man.
Well, yeah,
They trust that
absolutely.
I'm going to take that, and
Yeah.
I've got receipts, so
Oh,
you know, and
yeah,
it's all done, man. And you
That's
know, it's
fantastic,
great
man.
that I have that trust from these guys, and you know what? I'm not going to betray that trust. I won't.
yeah.
I won't say that I'm going to take money somewhere and use it for something and not do that.
Yeah.
It's not who I am. I won't do it. I won't do it. You know,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the lowest thing you could do is take money that people they give and mean to help people, and use it for your own selfish needs. Even if they're not selfish, even if it's your bills, that's not your money, man. Leave it
Pretty
alone.
selfish.
Hey, I hate to interrupt. Guys, but I've got some breaking news. Remember KC Cannabis, when we talked to them, they were waiting
Right,
on
yeah.
their letter. They've got it. So
Yep.
the party is on.
Saturday. So KC Cannabis is going to be opening their store in Kearney on Saturday. Grand opening. They're going to have barbecue. They're going to have vendors. They were waiting on their commencement letter so that they could
Right,
go ahead
right.
and open up. And we just got news that they got their commencement letter. So run out to KC Cannabis this Saturday. I'm going to be there. You going to be there, Stuart?
Well, I don't see how I can not be there.
Okay, and if Zach's back, I'm sure he's going to be there too. I don't know if he's going to be there. If he's on, tell us, Zach. Are you going to be there, baby?
Are you
Come
having a
on, don't
fun
let us down,
vacation?
brother. So, yeah. Oh, look here. I know I don't have this hung up good, but this is the Devil's Harvest. This little thing, it was given to me, actually, by a kid that lives in Florida right now. And I say kid, but he's a young man. And he gave that to us to put. He heard me say I wanted stuff to put on the set, and so he went down to Branson and he saw that at a little shop and he bought it for us. Manny Cervantes, shout out to you, brother.
That's
Thank
awesome,
you for
man.
the beautiful sign.
Is that tin or like metal or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, it's a little metal sign.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
So,
good.
yeah,
man.
and
Zach-
really cool press steel.
Zach
And
won't be back till Tuesday.
Zach won't be back till Tuesday, so he'll be rolling in here just in time to get on the show. So, but yeah, so that you know, no, Sean, I'm not really missing him that bad. I mean, come on,
I do.
Stuart misses him more than I do. They're a
Yeah.
little closer than Zach. I mean, it's kind of a weird dynamic. Why do you think Stuart's here?
Yeah, I mean,
Zach was like, "Hey, man, I want him on the news."
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know, man.
what could that possibly
I don't know.
even
He's
mean?
like,
I don't know.
Vern, it's going to happen. I was like, okay.
Oh,
No.
he asserted it.
Yeah,
Okay,
he did. He was
gotcha.
like, that's how it's going to be, man.
He spoke it into reality.
Yeah, he did, you know. So, but anyway, what's that?
Skittleless says the poster looks just like him.
Hey!
You, no, you and the dude.
Oh, the dude and me. Do I need some?
Yeah, I was
Kinda
just
very
reading that
duty
video.
right
Yeah,
there.
it
That's-
was.
A lot
that's
of party
legit.
here
That's
going on
hilarious.
here. That's for sure.
You know what?
Yeah.
I got the dude here,
The dude.
and he ain't
dude.
got time to worry about that shit. man.
No, yeah. I'm
And
looking
you know,
for my-
all these people out there screaming and shouting about all this stuff that they don't like, that aggression will not stand.
Yeah,
shall
this
not
will not stand.
stop,
It really
you know?
pulled the
I mean,
room together,
you know.
man.
Because some new information's come to light here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some new information's come to light. We have the Feco.
Shit.
We
Yeah,
have
you know.
the Feco.
I mean, you know, we got
It
shit
is
going on.
exciting.
We got
It's,
shit happening.
it's really exciting. In this
So-
regulated market, you know, it's like it's not easy for people to get Feco in the unregulated space of the frontiers of medical right now, and so finally having people having a spot to do that, it's huge. And I hope to see it in every dispensary, and I really hope that basically every MIP makes it. Like it just seems to be like. It should be like a tithe, you know. You got to give like 1% of your output to like RSO for like to a free program or something. You know, like maybe we could get like a union sort of thing going on where they'd all
You know
have
what?
to agree to it, or we'd like
Right. Oh,
like
man.
make
I
a bunch of
love that
noise and like
idea,
bang
dude.
pans outside their bedroom windows at night. You know,
I
just
love that idea.
something.
Yeah.
What can we do to make sure that people are getting the medicine they need? And RSO is it's it's serious medicine, you know.
Yeah, it's the real deal, man. It's
and
not,
and it's not easy. It's not an
Yeah.
easy course to take because that's kind of a heavy dose of it, you know, for
Yes.
3 months. But it has amazing healing properties. So let's see what we can do to.
Well, and see, somebody like Bobby told me that, you know, his son Skylar uses so much Feco that with his 6 plants that he grows, he can only grow enough to last about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
To when he carries it down into Feco, it can only last about 3 weeks.
Right.
So I'm going to throw this out there. I would like to see a program, but it would take some passing of some laws. I would like to see a program where, and remember, you heard it here first. I don't really care. I just want to get medical. I don't care if I get accolades for anything. I just want to get medicine to the people. I'm just going to say that what I would like to see is somebody do something so that people like me, people like you, people that are caregivers and home cultivators. I know right now a few home cultivators and caregivers that have 5-gallon buckets full of trim that's dried. It's been sitting there. They don't know what to do with it. They can't process it. They don't need it because they have enough flour or whatever. They could donate it, and instead of throwing it out, if we could get a program where they would take we could take our extra trim in, we could take our extra our larfin and all the fluffy stuff we can't, that we're not going to bag for our patients, just like the dispensaries do, and even, you know, a couple plants that we have extra, you know, whatever extras we have, because as caregivers we're supposed to give the dispensary our extras for them to destroy. And that's a tragedy to me. Why would you destroy all that good cannabis? Because we know through the
we don't grow that much. I mean, it's a
exactly
good thing.
right.
That would be people to do that.
I mean, yeah.
That
So
would be a very tragic thing to have to do. So it's
yes,
a
it would
good
be.
thing
So
we
just
always
grow what you need. That's
stay
what I
below
do.
that,
But
that's what we do.
what I would like to
That's how it
see is a
works.
program where we
Bureaucrats,
could
man.
take those extras and take those trimmings and take all that stuff to drop it off at the dispensary like we would if they were going to destroy it, and then have them give it to an extraction facility, have that extraction facility turn it into Feco and bring it back to the dispensary so the dispensary can disperse it to the patients who need it.
And it seems like in that kind of program, if you're going to do that, you got to give some kind of credit. So like a weight credit or whatever. If I bring 600 grams of trim in, that I get like a certain amount of like Feco back because I've donated that, you know, just to give people like an incentive to you know, maybe or store credit. I don't know what you do, something,
right, yeah.
but just a little something to, because it's like, well, I could take that in, but what do I get out of it? You know,
for?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and I know we're doing it for the patients,
maybe.
but some people aren't like that.
Well,
Some
I mean, but
people are
maybe
like,
they could
what
do
is it
like
gonna
when
be
you
for
go
me?
get blood, you know, they can give you a little sticker.
Yeah, a sticker and a
Nutter
cookie.
butter.
A sticker and a nutter butter. Specifically, that is a highly specific cookie. I love it.
Nutter butter.
It's fantastic.
Oh!
Okay, so
All
what's
right.
happening?
Yes.
Something's gonna it's gonna happen on
What's
that.
happening?
That means it's the end of round 2.
It's the round 2, and someone's gonna win some seeds.
Yeah!
See, I'm paying attention.
We have some Gobsmack genetics. Oh, she's running out. She got the volume up on her phone.
That was amazing.
Kimberly,
Come back
Mahoney.
soon, Brenda. I love you.
Kimberly Mahoney, yes.
Kimberly Mahoney, you won some Nanite from Gobsmack Genetics. Now, these are the first regular photo fem seeds Gobsmack released. I have some in seedling stage right now. I had 100% germination rate with the pack I got. I have them in seedling stage. So what was that name again?
It was Kim. It was the 4-hour Feco Traveler.
Kimberly Mahoney.
Kimberly.
Yeah.
Kimberly, you won some seeds.
Right?
Hey,
Amazing.
check it out. Hey,
How does the wheel know?
the wheel knows.
The wheel
Sometimes
The wheel
knows.
knows. I don't know. I don't know.
That's crazy.
All right, Kimberly, you got some Nanite. So,
Do you know anything
Right.
about the lineage of that 99? I just noticed it wasn't on the package.
You know what? I don't have it on me, and I don't have it memorized, but we can get that to you. Midnight runs times something.
I-88 or 98 or something?
Yeah, something like that. A highway here.
Something.
A highway here. I'll have to get that for you.
Missouri.
But right now, we're going to go to Stuart with the news. It's time for the Top Shelf Weekly Update with Stuart Wells.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's see here. I'm missing Zach, so I don't know if how am I in frame, Dave? Am I looking all right here? Do I need to slouch or anything? All right, so if you've been following us, then you know that we've been following Connecticut. They're trying to get a legalization bill passed through. And early this morning, they passed a bill to, the Senate passed the bill, sorry, I can't misspeak there, passed a bill to legalize cannabis, sending the proposal to the House for final approval with just days left in the legislative session. Seems like they're always waiting until the last minute on that. House leaders say they plan to take up the legislation in that chamber before Wednesday's end of session deadline, but after first tackling the state budget. Yes, very important to get the budget done and then let us know how the rest goes. So the cannabis bill is the product of weeks of negotiations between legislative leaders and Governor Ned Lamont's office. Finalized language was introduced just this past Saturday, giving lawmakers just a few days to review the 300-page proposal. So just get your signing pens ready and just sign it up. We know you're not reading that. Marijuana Moment reported that during a marathon floor debate, it was noted that cannabis was once available in American apothecaries. Sorry, I had to look up how to even pronounce that. And how the failed drug war has decimated some communities and the vestigial impact can still be felt to this very day. The debate stretched into the early hours of this very morning. The Senate passed the bill in a 19-17 vote. However, Connecticut is not out of the woods yet. That's why I don't want to misspeak there. The bill must still get through the House of Representatives before Wednesday. Passing this would open up an estimated $725 million market in the state. How is this even still a question is absolutely beyond me. Moving on to New York, Leafly reported yesterday that just weeks after New York legalized adult use cannabis, it has joined a growing number of states that are seeking limits or prohibitions on Delta-8 THC. In late May, the New York State Health Department revised its regulations on the processing and retail sale of what it terms cannabinoid hemp. The proposed changes are still up for public comment, but they're expected to take effect later this summer or fall. That update prohibits New York-based hemp processors from using synthetic cannabinoids or Delta-8 THC or Delta-10 THC created through isomerization, I think I said that right, in the extraction, manufacturing, or processing of any hemp products. While the new regulations are apparently meant to clarify New York's stance on Delta-8, many questions still remain unanswered. It is unclear whether the proposed new regulations actually ban Delta-8 products, as some media reports have indicated, or whether Delta-8 producers simply stake out a new legal space subject to further refinement by state officials. New York has some of the strictest regulations of any state when it comes to hemp-derived cannabinoids, including CBD. Right? The proposed new regulations on Delta-8 are up for public comment through July 19th. After such time, the department will assess all comments, and if no further changes are necessary, adopt the regulations. You know what that means, folks. Major Delta-8 black market opening up in New York soon. I'd joke, but it's true. I don't have a strong opinion on Delta-8 either way. I just know how that game goes. when you outlaw Delta 8, only outlaws will have Delta 8. So anyway, that's cheesy, whatever. A congressional committee plans to vote this week on a bill that would allow researchers to study cannabis products from state legal dispensaries rather than have them rely on a very limited supply of cannabis preparations from what is currently the only federally authorized source. The intent of the provision, which is tucked into a 1,200 plus page transit bill that will go before the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee on Wednesday, is to let scientists conduct impaired driving research using the actual marijuana products that consumers are using. It would also allow the interstate distribution of cannabis, I know that sounds good, but only to scientists in jurisdictions that have not enacted legalization of cannabis in any form. So, you know, they just want to research it so that they can, you know, do for the impaired driving tests. So, anyways, this is not the main crux of the Invest in America Act, which is a bill focused on providing funding for highway and transportation projects. An earlier version of the measure cleared the House last Congress with identical cannabis provisions, but later died in the Senate. Now it appears they're just going to sneak it in there, so that's pretty normal.
Sneaky.
Right.
I think you're underestimating.
Yeah. Don't ever underestimate the sneakiness of the politicians. Fantastic news out of Louisiana late last week. Louisiana's $25 million medical cannabis market is expected to get a huge lift in sales next year after the legislature passed a measure that will allow smokable flower beginning January 1st, 2022. Yay! Right. I was going to say, where's the applause on that? Because my goodness, thank God for small miracles. Governor John Edwards indicated he will sign House Bill 391, which was sent to his desk after the House of Representatives passed an amended Senate measure by a 76-17 vote on Wednesday, reported by the Associated Press. The Senate earlier had passed the bill by a 23-14 margin. Smokable flower will offer a more affordable option to the state's roughly 5,000 medical cannabis patients. Wait, only 5,000 patients? That seems low. I would assume that there are more patients, but possibly they don't see value in participating in a system that is terrible, not even offering flower. I guess we are pretty lucky compared to some states regarding medical cannabis.
Yep.
A federally funded study finds that the amount of THC in a person's system after consuming cannabis is not an accurate predictor of impairment. The research, backed by a grant from the National Institute of Justice, involved 20 people who either ate or vaporized cannabis with varying levels of THC. They were then tested with basic field sobriety and cognitive tests. While the groups that received higher doses higher than 5 milligrams were all negatively impacted and experienced observable psychomotor impairment. Psychomotor, that's like a band, that should be a band name. The RTI international researchers found that, quote, THC levels in biofluids were not reliable indicators of cannabis intoxication for their study participants. That raises questions about the per se laws that are in place in several states, barring people from driving if they have more than a certain amount of THC in their blood. Normal Deputy Director Paul Armentano is quoted as saying, "These findings come as no surprise. Despite a handful of states imposing per se THC thresholds as part of their traffic safety laws, there exists no science demonstrating that these arbitrary limits are reliable predictors of either recent cannabis exposure or impairment." End quote. The study, which was published last year and promoted by NIJ in a tweet on Thursday, also found that various tests, standing on one leg, balancing and walking and turning, were not sensitive to cannabis intoxication for any of the study participants. That reminds me of the Reno 911 cowboy, and end it with a yaw. Anyway, No, I'm just drunk.
You say Reno 911.
Anyway, if you haven't seen that, go look it up. Reno 911 Dancing Cowboy. So throughout the test, participants' blood, urine, and oral fluids were collected and then sent to forensic laboratories. Results from the toxicology test showed that the levels of all three targeted cannabis components in blood, urine, and oral fluid did not correlate with cognitive or psychomotor impairment measures for oral or vaporized cannabis administration. Goodness, that was long. In fact, many showed the lowest levels during times of obvious impairment. So that is bass-ackwards. And last but certainly not least, the theme of the day is it is all about the Feco. As you all know, yesterday, Missouri passed a huge milestone regarding our medical marijuana program. We got Feco. Today, I am so happy for Missouri patients. Absolutely. I just want to thank everyone involved in bringing real medication to the shelves of Missouri. I appreciate it.
Okay.
And that is all.
Timothy Pettit.
Hey everybody, what's happening? All right, we're trying to deal with this fuck face who's trolling our page here.
Boy, it got
I
spicy
see.
really
Huh?
quick.
I got him.
Yeah,
Get him.
Stuart's taking him to school right now.
Well, you said fuck face, and I was like, gosh darn it, this could be like 7 people. And then
Wow.
that's an exaggeration. But then I realized that it was just a troll. Never mind. Sorry to all those people who I thought about.
Wow, dude, not any of you.
No,
Okay.
but
Dab in, bud.
just in case.
Here you go, Toby.
Oh, I don't know if we
You
got
want
rid of
that?
him or something.
Did you get him blocked?
I believe so.
I don't know. Look what's going on right now.
Were you on the page?
Yeah. Yeah, he's off.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Still got the comments on.
Well, they're fake.
Yeah. But that's because, are you on his top shelf? Hey everybody, sorry we're having this little distraction.
I think I'm on his top shelf administrator.
That's what you got to deal with.
Yeah.
With these
Now.
on the page. Is he still posting? Help us out, people.
Somebody said, Christine says it's still going.
Yeah. So where's he at? I gotta find the video. Here we go.
Isn't it Timothy Pettit?
Where's he at?
He's going on mine. I don't know if it just thinks that I
There
want
he
it
is.
to
No,
delete.
I got him.
Man, this is like Ghostbusters.
See you later, douchebag.
You're not even a real person.
Ricky.
So.
Ricky's giving technical advice. Shout out to Ricky. Ricky Starlin.
What did he say? I missed it.
Ah, there's Joey Pentozzi.
He's not blocked. What the hell?
He is now.
Huh?
Zach says he's been blocked, but now Anna says he's back. Man, this seems like some sort of
There's some. It's
Tonight.
wild.
Russian hack. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, we've
I
been
know.
hacked by the Russians.
It's the Russians.
Yeah.
I think they might be using algorithms.
Yep.
Somebody messing with us. Think he's gone. Gone, gone, gone. You've been gone too long.
Amazing.
You've been gone, gone, gone so long. So yay! The troll's gone.
Yeah. Wow. It was like a little side quest.
That was fun.
We
That
just
was
did,
like
we,
had
we
to,
just did a side
we
quest
had to,
there, and
wrangle him. You
Yeah,
know?
We had to come
It was
together,
tough.
man.
and
Yeah.
we're back.
The whole community
Yeah.
had to come together and get this dickwad off. I'm
Converge.
sorry. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I don't.
I'm
like
sorry.
it.
Robot,
Careful.
you've
I'm
got
not sorry.
You've
Careful.
got Vernon cursing.
I don't.
I know.
He's cursing.
You silly dude.
Yeah. Here we
Oh.
are. Yeah.
Did I miss
Anyway,
a dab?
you
I think
did
I
miss
missed
a dab,
What
dude.
the heck
Can I
happened?
borrow that?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, he's
borrow
got
it.
a
Yeah,
torch.
oh,
You want my
Yeah,
torch?
I'm good. I got this
Okay,
one.
he's got it.
It takes
Yeah,
a couple
sit-
clicks.
Sit in the middle so we
you
can
need to
all
get another
get a
torch
hold
over
of it
here.
there, brother.
Yeah.
this
Now, next
torch
thing you'll do
awesome.
is gonna put your dabber over here.
Right. Right on.
Look at
My dabber!
It's gonna get there. We go.
So, you know what, man?
Do I know what?
Who's Farmer Hayseed? So you were. I just want to talk to you a little bit, man.
Yeah,
So
what's up, man? Yeah,
you were. You had a show
yes,
that you were doing, and you started pretty much. How long did you do your show?
I think I did it about, I think there were like maybe 12 or 13 times that I did it over 4 months, essentially, because I skipped a few. Did it once a week in this slot. It was like 7 o'clock, right? And but I just was very unfocused. That was the problem with it. And, you know, Zach actually was sort of a huge help on the show, because he would watch my show and he would feed me questions when I was like, all right, guys, like I've talked for the last 35 minutes about a bunch of crap. Like, now give me a question to answer, and he would come up with something. So shout out to Zach for that. You know, that's got that little connection. And
Our Zach?
Yeah,
your Zach?
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Zach was probably one of his biggest fans.
He was definitely one of my best like followers.
Now,
or
what was
whatever,
your
so.
show, man? It was a grow show, right?
Yeah, it was Ask Farmer Hayseed, and I would just essentially have people ask me questions, and then I would just talk out like what I knew about the problem, and then like what kind of solutions I would think about using. You know, like it wasn't like, hey, do it this way. It's like,
Right.
well, we'll talk about it. But I really tried to do more like kind of educating about the subject, instead of just being like, oh, just throw some cow mag on it. You know, I tried to be
Cow
like,
mag.
What's wrong with that?
But I tried to do it so that people like talk about mobile and immobile nutrients instead of just talking about nutrient deficiencies, so people can start to reason
Right.
out where these things come from. And I tried to do that, and I don't know, it probably bored the crap out of people, but I'm kind of a super big nerd about this stuff, so I enjoyed it. And
But you're an organic
awesome.
guy, right?
I am an
And
organic
so
guy,
what the
yeah,
part-
yeah.
The tough part, everybody thinks growing organic's really easy. So,
Oh God, no! It's a
but,
pain in
you
the
know,
ass. It's a giant pain in the
I
ass.
mean,
I would never
it-
think that.
it
Anybody
really
who's thought
is.
it has not done it.
I know. I mean,
It's
because here's
tough.
the thing, if you're growing in organic, living soil, and you can, believe it or not, you can grow in organic and not living soil, but it's probably not 100% organic. And really, neither is living soil. It's really, really touchy what is considered 100% organic. But either way, the living soil, if something gets out of balance. Now, if you're in like Coco Loco from Fox Farm, and I use this example because I know it well. I've grown in it for years. I don't hate it. It's not the best soil in the world, but I don't hate it.
Does that have anything in it, or is that just?
It's cocoa. It's got some worm castings, some microhizay. It's potting soil. It's got a little bit of compost, stuff
Okay.
like that. So, but it's very
All good
light
stuff, right?
But you can flush it. Okay.
Right.
You can flush it. Okay. You can, if something is amiss, you can flush it and you can reintroduce everything. And in a few days, 3 to 5 days, you will probably see your plants starting to recover. If you get the balance right, you can mess with it. Okay.
But that's probably using more like bottled nutrients, but organic bottled
Right,
nutrients.
because you're not going to flush dry nutrients.
Yeah.
You're not going to flush if you got anything in there that is considered that needs microbials to be broken down. That's a living soil. Then you're not going to flush it. You just can't. And sometimes if you've got a toxicity in there, you just make it worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but there is like nitrogen is highly leachable. Like if if it rains all the time and you're not putting nitrogen carbon sources on your let's say your lawn or whatever, you're going to see it start to yellow. And
Right.
and that's one thing that if you do run a lot of water through like an organic mix like that, you might be basically washing all of the nitrogen out, and then you're kind of chasing this like why do I
Right.
never have enough nitrogen problem where nothing really fully greens up.
And then you have to add it in with teas and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
That's the
and,
fastest
and then
way.
you burn it because you go too far, and it's just like kind of one of those things.
It's a
that-
balance. And
It
lot
is
of
a
people,
balance,
everybody-
absolutely.
People, I teach a lot of people how to make teas and stuff like that, and it's like I got a little bit of flack here from some of the hardcore organic guys that I know about. Why would you endorse a product that an over-the-counter mixture for a tea like cultured biologics tea, and it's a really good product. Everybody I know, I've used it. I don't hate it. Everyone I know's had good luck with it, but when you're dealing to make a microbial tea and keep the balance in that tea for the 48 hours of brewing that tea, and know when you're done, to be able to tell whether that tea is anaerobic or not, or whether it's, ready. It takes a little skill, it takes some.
It takes some skill.
It takes a little bit of time, and I always suggest when you get into that level that you start, slow, and you go with 1 or 2 plants and you start doing that. If you're a novice grower, you really, to me, I want you to learn how to make the teas, but I want you to have an easy way to be successful. And the culture biologic teas, to me, and I'm not trying to push them right here, I'm just saying there are a lot of other good teas out there on the market too, okay?
Right, yeah.
But I like them because they're powdered, they're easy, mix them and go. There's a no brew, and they work real well. So that's easy for people to get and to use as opposed to mixing the tea. Now, I did use them so that I could tell whether I liked them or not, but I do still brew my own tea.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm going to brew my own tea, and so when you're talking about that, getting them to understand that growing this way, they're like, oh, I just want a water-only soil.
Yeah.
That is not necessarily the easiest route.
No, it really isn't.
Even though you're just watering it. It seems like it'd be easy, but that's not necessarily the easiest route.
Yeah, no, it's not. When you're doing living soil, it's like this whole system, and you have to get the system ramped up to speed, and it's like sometimes like your first or second crops in living soil are just not as great. And then if you're adding the right top dresses and you're doing teas, doing things that are making sure the biological diversity is continuing, sometimes third run it starts to get amazing because the cycle starts to click.
And the minerals become more available because when you first build a soil, you're putting minerals in there. Some of the stuff you're putting in that soil, it's going to take 3-4 months to even become available to the plants,
and to get the microbes in the enough populations large enough to start to break it down where it's significant to the plant and all that. So interesting. Like, I think this is an amazing fact about the whole thing. So 20 to 30% of the cannabis plant energy is devoted to exudates through the roots to encourage microbes, and it's basically sugars and amino acids to encourage specific microbes to hang out by their roots. Like 20 to 30% of the plant's energy.
Must be pretty important.
It must be pretty important. And I always think about that, and I think about like hydro systems, and there's like a hydro system is not evil, it's not but I think about like if this plant is just like is excreting all of these things saying like, come to me my children, and that's just getting washed away like constantly.
It's like, no, you have this.
And so
you'll
when
have
you
this and you'll like it.
I think that if you want to do a lot of watering where you have a lot of throughput, where you have a lot of drainage coming out the bottom, then one of those lighter soils that you can do that. But if you're doing living soil, you don't want a lot of anything coming out the bottom of the pot. You really want to ride that like it's just the right amount of moisture, and things like the blue mat tapes and things, if you can get those adjusted right, which is a self-regulating system with the carrots and everything.
Yeah, love them.
Or even a simple like bucket with a bubbler in it and a very simple sprinkler system that drips just a little water, so there's just a consistent level. But you don't want stuff washing away because that's your nitrogen.
Right.
If you got so.
And if you're hand watering, what I do when I'm hand watering is I'll go in and I'll do a bottom initially.
Mm-hmm. So they'll soak that up from there.
2 quarts in the bottom, depending on the size of the container. I grow in 10-gallon pots.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do 2 quarts in the tray.
Right.
And then once they've soaked that up, then I start hitting the top so that it comes down through. And that way, when it soaks that up in the bottom of that tray, it actually creates a barrier for more water to stop when it comes down, because it absorbs and swells the medium up. So it helps the water up top stay in so you don't get a bunch of runoff. And that's the way I like to do it. And then I go a little at a time.
Mm-hmm. So it's not pouring all over or just running off. That's
always
important stuff.
Because the key about living soil is, like you said, now in regular soil you're going to be doing, you want to get it wet, let it dry out, get it wet, let it dry out, go through the whole drying phase of the watering phase. But with living soil, you want to keep a consistent moisture level.
Right, yeah.
And it really does not like to be dry. Living soil does not like to be dry.
It gets like what what's
No.
it called? It's it gets they go inside cysts. All the microbes do, and that's why when you pour the water on it, it just like runs right off, like it won't go in,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
have to slowly introduce the water because all the microbes have been like, okay, it's like summer now, and they're
Right,
hiding
yeah.
in their
Right,
little
right.
shells, and it takes
They've
a
gone
minute for
dormant,
them,
yeah.
to like pop open.
Absolutely.
And it's not really great to have them cycling like that, like a few times a week or whatever. It's not ideal, for most of them, as far as I know. But I don't have any scientific basis for that, so maybe
Right.
now I say that I'm like, I don't know.
Here, you know
They
what?
might love it. Who knows?
Hey,
Like,
man, everything's
I
going real well. I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
I don't
about.
have any actually.
You know what I think,
So
man?
there's
I think that I should ask you to come and talk with me on my growing dank segment here.
Cool, dude.
About growing and stuff every now and then, and just kind of do some videos with me on that if you.
I'd love to, man. I love
we-
talking
we
about
pre-
growing, dude.
we-
Yeah. I geek out on this
Now,
for
we
days.
pre-record all that stuff, so that's pretty cool. So, but we're coming up to the end of the show, man. An hour almost over. It just seems like we started, man. You know what? What do you think about that vape cartridge, Stuart? That's that new clear from KC Cannabis. We're going to give a shout out here.
Yeah, this is I got the Golden Goat. I think it's really good product as far as its effect. I don't normally use a vape pen. Some people do. Some people swear by them. Gotta have them, and they have so many good uses. They're not my favorite, but I'm liking this one. It's real smooth. I chose Golden Goat because they said it's the one that has like no flavoring, like there's no fruit. You're not going to see any raspberry or anything like that.
That's
I said,
the
just
one.
give me just the one that just tastes like weed, and this is the one, and it's really nice actually.
Tastes like weed.
Yeah.
Oh, we know what that is.
It's a wheel, and the
All
wheel is
right.
going to have prizes.
Here's the wheel. You probably fired genetics. That's good stuff, man.
You better be there, Ken Beck.
Man,
Anybody has 24 hours to get in touch with us to get these, claim their prizes. And if you don't, they go back in the kitty for someone else. But probably fire is definitely some top-notch gear. You're going to want it. So, but you know what, everybody? It is time to dab out.
We're dabbing out.
We're dabbing
we
out.
dab out.
I got a
That's
switch.
what we do.
So dab out with us, everybody.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna,
Hit me. Yeah, hit it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, not enough.
Mine's loaded.
2.
You know what? It's been a hell of a week.
I can't even get it
Oh,
open.
shoot.
I'm terrible.
you can't get past the childproof thing, man.
I can't. I'm a child.
There you go.
Look at this.
You want me to do it for you, bro?
I
an
got
experienced
it.
dabber.
Yeah.
Go for it, bro.
Holy cow. Amateur hour. What's up? Woo, new childproof stuff.
Somehow I imagine you've probably done a dab or two, brother.
Yes, in legal medical markets, I have done that.
I was just gonna say maybe yours didn't come out of a
Or
childproof.
legal recreational.
A childproof container.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Everybody, it's been a hell of a week. Milestone week for medical cannabis in Missouri. Come see me this Saturday out at KC Cannabis in Kearney. I'll be posting the address, and we're going to be there, and we're going to be...
Right by the Sonic.
I'm not even going to
I'm
say what
told.
we're going to be doing there. It's right by the Sonic
That
in
sounds
Kearney.
crazy.
I know right where that is. Not... What?
Apparently you guys, they lost you guys on this spin, so no one.
Okay, we got lost on the spin.
Did we come back? Ken Beck? Was it Ken Beck? Is
Ken
that
Beck.
right?
Ken Beck.
Man.
Ken Beck. You
Look at that.
won
Ken Beck.
probably fire.
Where's my cognitive impairment?
Tyrant's Trot F1.
I was promised cognitive impairment, and yet
But you're terpenoline, dude. Terpenoline.
Oh, so it's actually cognitive enhancement?
It's the one that makes people spin out of control if it's got too much other stuff, right? Because it makes your brain like really work.
All right, everybody.
Yeah, anyway, we got to get out of here.
Yep, we're gonna let you guys go. It's been fun. It's always fun. So peace out, everybody. Stay lifted.